Stop 9. Stop 9. And no K1.
Stop talking to me while I'm in freaking battle, man. Jeez. In the braking zone, you're talking to me.
We need to recharge for attack.
Lewis Hamilton told Ferrari to go have a tea break during the race. What pushed him to snap like that? What really happened in Miami wasn't just drama, it was a disaster. From the moment the lights went out in Miami, it was clear Ferrari had another problem on their hands. But this time, it wasn't just pace or tire wear. It was control. Lewis Hamilton, starting from 12th on the grid, was on a charge. After a smart tire strategy and a well-timed pit stop, he found himself right behind Charles Leclerc. Leclerc was on older, harder tires. Hamilton had fresher mediums. The pace difference was obvious, but the pit wall said nothing. As the laps ticked by, Hamilton's frustration grew. Instead of a green light to pass, he got radio silence. So, he did what few drivers have the nerve to do. He went full sarcasm. Have a tea break while you're at it.
In China, I got out of the way when you're on a different strategy.
Understood. We swap the cars.
Have a tea break while you're at it. Come on.
He snapped, mocking his own team for the delay. It wasn't just a joke, it was a public statement. A 7-time world champion was telling Ferrari to get their act together. Eventually, the call came. Leclerc was ordered to let Hamilton through, but by then, the damage was already done. Hamilton had burned through his tires, lost critical seconds, and the gap to Mercedes' Kimi Antonelli ahead had grown too large to close. Ferrari's hesitation had robbed him of his window to attack, and then, in a move that would spark even more drama, the team made a second call. Switch back. Put Leclerc in front again. The back-and-forth strategy wasn't just confusing, it was chaotic. As the cars hurtled through the final laps, Hamilton's frustration hadn't cooled. When informed that Carlos Sainz, the very driver he replaced at Ferrari, was now closing in from behind, Hamilton's voice cut through the radio once more. "You want me to let him past as well?" he said, oozing sarcasm. It was a jab, not just at the strategy, but at the entire situation. And it wasn't subtle. The tension didn't end there. On the final lap, as Sainz made a late lunge into the last corner, he clipped Hamilton's car. It could have been disastrous. Both drivers managed to cross the line, Leclerc in 7th, Hamilton in 8th. But the message was already written across the result sheet. A team with 2 world-class drivers had spent more time sorting out team orders than fighting for real positions. After the race, Hamilton didn't back down. Speaking to the media, he explained that the radio comments were more sarcastic than anything. He wasn't apologetic. In fact, he doubled down. Some people didn't like the comments, he said, but you've got to understand, it was frustrating. He admitted he was optimistic mid-race. The car came alive on the mediums, he explained. I thought maybe we could get up to 6th or something, but we lost too much time. He stopped short of blaming anyone directly, but his message was clear. Ferrari needs to move faster when it counts. And then came the quiet storm from Leclerc. The Monegasque driver didn't say much post-race, but what he did say carried weight. "It's obvious today was not the way we want to manage a race," he told reporters. He refused to comment on the radio drama. No shots fired at Hamilton. No drama stirred. But make no mistake, he wasn't happy either. His silence said as much as Hamilton's sarcasm.
Can you K1 you close?
Into it, please.
K1 available?
Yes, I know. Leave me to it, please. Lost gear sync. Lost gear sync.
Understood. We suggest be big 3. To avoid the denied DRS, we suggest upshift and then DRS.
Please leave it. Yes, please leave it. I'm running the car as we go, mate. Just leave me to it with the DRS. It's not an issue.
Try to hold the K1. That's for practice. I know it's difficult.
I'm not close enough.
Copy.
I'm not close enough. Now we're close, I'll do it.
Understood.
Ferrari team boss Fred Vasseur stepped in to calm things down, but even he struggled to explain it all. Lewis was behind Charles. He was with softer compounds, and we let him go. He said. Then we swapped back at the end. It sounded logical in isolation, but racing isn't about isolated logic. It's about timing. And in Miami, Ferrari's timing was completely off. And this wasn't just about who was in front for a few laps. It was about control, about trust, about whether the team believes in itself enough to make bold decisions without second guessing. Ferrari, once known for dominating strategies and ruthless execution, now looked like a team frozen by the fear of favoring one driver over another. But underneath all of that lies the even bigger problem: pace. Even if the strategy had been perfect, it wouldn't have changed the fact that Ferrari was nearly a full minute behind race winner Oscar Piastri. Neither Hamilton nor Leclerc had the raw speed to fight for a podium. Hamilton was blunt about it. "We're lacking performance in the car," he said. "We know where we're losing it. Since China, we've seen the pattern." Leclerc echoed the same sentiment. "It's not good," he admitted. "We need to do better. We're in a difficult situation right now." Ferrari has always been a team of contradictions. Legendary resources, world-class drivers, but all too often undone by hesitation. In Miami, they didn't just lose out on track, they lost credibility. If they can't trust their own race instincts, how can they expect the drivers to trust them? Hamilton's move to Ferrari was supposed to be a new chapter, a legacy play, a final shot at glory with the sport's most iconic team. But 5 races in, it's looking less like a fairy tale and more like déjà vu. He left Mercedes in search of freedom, but in Miami, he looked more boxed in than ever. And yet, despite the chaos, there's still hope. Hamilton said he enjoyed the race, that the team is working hard, that he believes they'll get there. And maybe they will, but that only happens if Ferrari starts acting like a team that's serious about winning. That means faster calls, smarter strategies, and a willingness to take risks when it matters most. The Miami Grand Prix was a wake-up call, not just for Ferrari, but for anyone watching. Because if this team can't figure out how to let the faster car lead without drama, they won't just be fighting in the midfield. They'll be stuck there. So the next time Hamilton's in position to attack, the question won't be whether he's fast enough. It'll be whether Ferrari's ready to let him try. And if not, well, he might just have something sharper than sarcasm waiting on the radio. Because one thing's for sure, when Lewis Hamilton speaks, the world listens. The only question is, will Ferrari? And now we want to hear from you. Was Hamilton right to call out Ferrari, or did he go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more F1 videos, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next twist in this wild season. This story's just getting started. Stay tuned.